My name is Olivia Hodges, and I am part of the technical and professional writing class that is going on here and online at Fort Hays State University. This is a video presentation on my literature review paper. Basically, the paper I talked about in my literature review, the topic was child abuse victims and what they go through on a daily basis, because they go through a lot of stuff. Being one myself, when I was younger, it was a very, good topic to me because it's not really talked about either way. People don't really talk about what, the things that abuse victims go through. But the summary is basically for the video is just talking about it. What all the post-traumatic stress disorder is, just different things that go on in the child's life that they're dealing with. The topic area that I chose was the children that go through the abuse and themselves. They go through it and they feel the pain and the terror and everything that they feel. And then social workers that help them. That help them heal from the abuse through counseling, sometimes with their families, sometimes with just them. It just depends on the situation. Social workers also will help the child find a home sometimes, depending how bad the situation is. The title of my literature review, though, was Abuse, Terror, and a Victim's Response and the Role of the Social Worker. The catalyst that I chose was social workers, helping their client or clients, they heal from the abuse that has been inflicted upon them. The thesis for the video and the literature review was how the social workers help the clients on a daily basis heal from the terrible things that have traumatized them. That could be anywhere from if they're sick or something. It could be anything. Because abuse is something that, no, it's not very talked about a whole lot, but it's very traumatic. Very traumatic in some experiences. It just depends what's going on. If it's sexual, physical, mental, emotional, verbal abuse, it doesn't matter what kind of abuse it is, it's still going to affect the children. The results for my research are that abuse happens usually when someone is considered to be the weaker vessel. This person's not physically weak. They could be physically weak, but they could also just be emotionally weak as well. When this person's considered weak, they are expected not to be able to defend themselves. So like a child or an older woman or an older man, someone who they're not expected to defend themselves near as much. The application for the future will be that someone will be able to help others. So if they're studying to be a social worker, they're going to be able to help others through learning the different things in school, learning of how to take care, help people, and help them heal from the abuse. They couldn't defend themselves, so maybe learning how to do defense classes. Maybe teaching an abuse, like a defense class for abuse victims or something simple like that, so that way they can defend themselves. Anybody can do a defense class, though, so that's kind of for everybody. And learning for young children to be careful, to not just trust anybody, because abuse can come from a stranger, it can come from your parents, it can come from family, friends, it can come from siblings, it can come from anybody, it doesn't matter who it is. The final results of my research will help influence the work that I'm going to be doing as a social worker. As you can tell, I'm very passionate about this topic. It will allow me to possibly help someone heal from the abuse that has been done to them. Because abuse is something that's very scary to go through on your own. And I don't feel like nobody should ever go through that by themselves. Thank you for listening.